Hello everybody, my name's Jane Hamilton Parker. I would like to talk about the world changing today and how we can change it spiritually. Because at the moment it feels like things are going on in the vibration around the world is changing, not always for the better. So I'm a great believer we have positive energy, positive thoughts, and spiritually all come together, then we can change things. Because at the moment, it's a beautiful world, but there's terrible things happening. And all the planets at the moment have to be in alignment with things, because Mother Earth at the moment is going through great changes. We're seeing freak weather conditions, heavy rain. We're seeing colder weather that will be coming and snow. And we're fighting all the changes around the Earth. Now, man can change that, very much so, by being more cautious, more aware. And, we do question what's happening on the planet at the moment. So man has a chance to change things. And I'm a great believer, at the moment, it feels like all our souls are being raped on the earth, taken from us. Choices. We all have free will, and we can make choices by reaching out and helping others. As I said in my previous videos, there will be food shortages. This is happening. And there will be floods. This is happening. And also we're seeing that globalism is coming more and more extreme, and things are really taking over. And as I said before, we've got all these devices that are listening in on people's conversations and everything. But what we need is good spiritual values. That's being caring, looking out for each other. It amazes me how the world can just ignore people's troubles, can ignore the hunger. This is why I like the Hindu religion very much, because they feed the poor. And spiritual masters have been sent to the earth to help the planet at the moment in the material state. Teachers, gurus, show us the way, the right way, but if people choose to ignore it, there's nothing that one can do. But people who tread the spiritual pathway, that the divinity works through them to reach out and help others. So now's your chance to listen what's going to happen to the world. We can predict things, but we can't stop those events because we don't have Siddhic powers like that. But it really does need sorting out, this planet, really does, because never before in history have we seen such greed, selfishness, murders, and people just haven't learned. Perhaps we have all these special diseases sent to us from different worlds, different planets, unseen worlds, to people to learn, to come together and not be so selfish. Through the centuries, we've had plagues, we've had terrible things, we've had wars, and we've had destruction. And people still haven't learnt. As I said before, Ukraine will win, will come through it and be very strong. Nobody in the right mind wants wars, nobody, because human life is so precious and we have little time here on the planet as it is. Animals are very much aware of what's happening, the animal kingdom. This is why I don't like animals being experimented on. It's so unnecessary. There's no need for it whatsoever. Now we will see in the future transplants taking place. We will see microchips and different things and organs grown into labs to help people. But you see, what we really need is good spiritual values to really help others. This is why teachers that have come like avatars, Sai Baba, and also like Swami here, like Sharavana Baba, Mother Mia, and all very high spiritual leaders like the Dalai Lama and spiritual beings are being sent to try, if you like, to give the world a chance. And we can do lots of good things by helping each other. It's good karma for a start. Many people have got problems, many people mental problems through all different things, and their needs are being ignored where they should be helped. Then they wonder why we've got people in stabbings on the street. Now, we're only a small island and we can only do so much, and we can only care for people so much and help others. But I do feel this country has been taken advantage of from many, many areas. Politicians, for a start, illegal immigrants. It's very sad to see all these things, but we have to learn to say no to certain situations. Now, as I say, we're only here for a short period of time, and it's a very, very short period of time, so we can do good things while we're here and be more charitable to help each other. Being spiritual doesn't mean you're a walkover. Being spiritual means that you're trying to help on a high vibration and help others less fortunate or guide people. And it's up to that person to learn because they have their own free will. A lot of the actions that happen on the earth goes right back into time, previous incarnations. There's only one oracle that can really warn the planet, who's the Nadi oracle. Oracles can also tell you the time of when planets are being destroyed. Not in our lifetime is the planet going to be destroyed. There's good things still left. Now we're going to have higher sea levels. It's happening already. This time of year, in November, it's still warm, isn't it? Usually it's freezing and everything. But, we're getting higher bills, wages aren't going up, and people have got to suddenly think what's the most important in life. Most important things in your life is to have a roof over your head. Most important thing in life to have food in your stomach. Most important thing is not to get into debt if you can help it. And my mantra is, if you spend a little and save a little, then you're always going to have money. And there's lots of people you see suffering, like pensioners. I always think in the West here, we don't really look after our older people like the Chinese do and the Indian people do. They seem to live on a very, very low pension here in the West. It's either food for them or heating, which is very sad. Most of these people have fought in the war. Most of the people have given a lot for this country, so we ought to look after them, didn't we? And it's very sad when you see a greed society taken. And people suddenly want to be religious when they think it's going to the end of their life, going to church. But all your actions are accountable for. And I always say that God pays these debts, but not in money. So there's good deeds as well, that people have done good work. All the money that one human being can have, or the richest man, I believe at the moment, is one person. It cannot buy your health, because your health is your wealth. It cannot buy you more time. Time is precious. Now, as we're going towards, we're in the 21st century, but there's new discoveries. There'll be new plants, new animals that will be discovered. There'll be ancient cities that will be discovered. And there'll be a planet that will be discovered that has some form of life form. Now, most gurus or holy men say that we originally came from the snake people. We came from the planet Mars. So Mars was at the top and the Earth was at the bottom. So Mars has a river or has water on Mars. So to reach the Earth plane like that gradually and that. And many people got confused when they saw comets. They thought they were the snake people that were coming to Earth, didn't understand it. We're going to make new discoveries in the future of unseen forces will be discovered. And I believe there are other life forms and other planets that man's got to find. I think it's incredible that man's trying to discover all life forms on the moon and Mars, but they're looking at the wrong direction, you see. There's unforeseen forces that watch us. They're invisible forces that watch us, which want to bring clarity and love to the earth And these are people that walk amongst us, and that I'd like to call them beings of light, if you like, and very much they can influence people. Now, what we need is to change things in the world and to have good values, to be good people, and to stand up. I'm sure if all the women in the world all got together and wanted to change things, we could. And it takes very strong women to do that. Unfortunately, we have a few men that are power mad that want to take over the world, which is not possible. There's only one power, a divine power, that can do these things. I'd like to hear your thoughts, what you think of the future. I know the future will not be destroyed. The planet will not be destroyed, but I do worry about the future. I do worry about the animal kingdom. I do worry about Mother Earth, how it's being destroyed, chopping all these trees down, building on the green belts, on the fields and everything. And the people that really need help don't get the help, and the ones that don't need it are grabbing all the time. Sad, that is. So something has to happen. You know, when you look up the stars at night and you see all these moon eclipses and everything like that, it makes me wonder that people that used to live on the earth, how they were and what they would see in this century, how they would cope. I can remember as a little girl, I used to think, you know, the year 2000, we'll all be in cars flying around and things. And man is very slow with all these productions. And man has good ideas, but a lot of people haven't got the money to put that into reality. But it's a different reality state that we're going to go through in the future. Because when you have telepathic thoughts, they will be reflected on the wall. When your dreams, they'll be reflected on the wall. So we'll be using our minds a lot more than what we're using them at the moment. So watch out, BT, because you might not be useful then. But there will be wonderful miracles that I see that will happen, and you'll be able to think positive of something and it will happen. So one has to put those thoughts out to the universe for the power of good, and the universe is listening, but it's not listening to greed, it's listening from the universal heart of the earth and of other species and of other intelligence. So life here is very slow on one level, but very fast on another level. So I'm feeling, you know, I get so cross when I feel that people aren't listening to spiritual things. It's nothing about going to church or Hail Three Marys. It's about who you are, what you are, and the divinity works through the heart chakra for all of us. So divinity has to come within. Divinity has to be true to itself. Divinity, a high vibration, no negative energy, no negative thoughts, just pure. And when you have pure things happen. When you have dark forces, and there are dark forces, and start being really things, in the end, the light of the very powerful light knocks that force out, a bit like the yin and the yang we have to have here on the earth. But you know, when I think of Russia, there's good people in Russia. Russian people aren't all bad. It takes one to be a bad apple to knock everything down. And people suddenly have realization what they want. They want a new world where we can all live happily, peacefully together, and that people that work hard get the benefits. And, you know, Ukraine, how those people suffer. I mean, nobody should suffer. Nobody think that they're above God, that they can own the whole planet and destroy it because they think it's their right and they want to go down in history. If you nuke the world, there's no history, is there? So I don't see that happening. I do feel with politicians, I do feel they could do a lot better than what they're doing to help older people, pensioners, and vulnerable children, disabled children. Children with autism is suddenly being recognised. Years ago it wasn't. They used to lock them away or thought it was behaviour problems. I read the other day a little boy, 10 years old, The mother wanted help because this child continuously used to scream. And what do? They go and lock this child in a secure unit, and the mother cannot get this child out again. And to me, that's just pure ignorance, passing the buck. You know, we've got to have greater understanding of these things. And I feel children with autism are children of the future because their brains wired up different. Children with savants, they're different. Asperger's, they're different. Perhaps these children have been sent to the earth to teach us a thing or two. Kindness goes a long way. Love goes a long way. Just a good thought goes a long way. If you're out and about and you see somebody just smiling at them, it makes the world different. There's a lot of lonely people out there. So I'd like to hear your thoughts. What do you think, how the world's got to change? I know it's got to change, and I know spiritually it's got to change, because this seems to be this year very bad things happening. And I know the year 2023 will be great changes for the better. So we'll have to go back to the old ways, I think. Like I said before, grow your own vegetables and that. We don't want all these processed foods chucked at us. You don't know what it does to your body. And, you know, nature's incredible. The colour of nature. Everything's got a life force. A rose has a life force. A river, chi, has life force. Everything is put here for a purpose. Even a slug has a purpose. Even an ant has a purpose. Us humans have purpose. Our purpose is survival and continuation of the human soul on earth and in the afterlife. Our purpose is to share, love, and help each other. When that's taken from us, there's nothing. So I'm going to finish on that note because I sound as if I'm waffling or anything. But you know, recently I went to see a holy man, Sharavana Baba, and very interesting, though we can only spend 15 minutes with him because he's a very, very busy man. He recognised divinity in my soul and Craig's soul, and he knows that we've been sent to help others and reach out. And he works extremely hard seeing people and guiding them. He asks nothing for himself. And people give freely donations so he can use on the poor and help others and to be fed and to make a spiritual centre. Your spiritual centre's got to start within the heart, and be a good person. And all these spiritual masters, rishis, sages, avatars, they've all been sent to show you the way. It's a bit going back like in Christ's time, trying to show people the way. And because, you know, even now trying to show people the way, and these very teachers and their teachers trying to show us, and some people come on the right path of righteousness and other people go on another path of doom and gloom. But you see, you have to use your own free will, and it's very precious. All different religions can teach us many things, many, many things. I mean, good Sikh people, good Muslim people, good Hindu people, good Christian people, good Catholic people. There's good in every religion, so no religion can be that arrogant and say they're better. The only religions live one route to God. And that's even, you don't have to go to church. You just say your prayers for the power of good. And there's very good people. Even if you got to pray to Holy Mother, your prayers are listened to. They're not necessary to benefit financially or winning lots of money, but to be at peace with oneself. That's your nirvana. That's your bliss. And that's worth it. Lead a spiritual life and you'll have a happy life. Because remember, God is everywhere. Part of you, in animals, everything. So let's all give out positive thoughts to the planet at the moment and for the world to change, to become more spiritual. As we are entering the golden age, let's have golden thoughts and golden love. I'm going to leave you there just with a few ideas I have. And I want to say, God bless you. And I wish you love. I wish you health. And I wish you all good things on your spiritual journey. And may Spirit protect you all. Bye for now.